My next guest is coming off a huge win over Cody Garbrandt at UFC 235, where he finished him in the first round. It is Pedro Munhoz joining me here on the program. Pedro, how are you?
I'm well, man. What about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for asking, but I'm not as good as you, though, man. What a finish that was. Of course, I was there live and I got to see it in person, which was great. One of the things I wanted to ask you, though, did you get any time off after the fight? Because I know sometimes, fighters, they're very prideful. They want to get right back in the gym. Did you get any time to relax and soak in the win?
I actually did. I had a summer injury going on to this fight, like a small injury, nothing too big. And I took like, a couple weeks. Actually, last week I was more, the week that I got back from Vegas, I was more like stretching, just, sleeping, doing, eating some of the stuff that I couldn't eat while I was in training camp. See some friends and things like that. And then actually, I did in my first section. It was Friday, and then yesterday we had some friends in town. So after 2 weeks, I starting training again, and it feels great. It feels great, and yeah, I'm excited about it.
Excellent. Well, it's well deserved, man. What a win that was. I wanted to know what was the feedback like after that victory? Because again, you were a betting underdog in that fight, and I know a lot of people, for them, that sort of put you on the map in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, actually, I got like definitely like a lot of message, a lot of followers on social media, things like that. People reaching me all over the world, so it has been really nice.
Excellent. And what was there any like fellow fighters reaching out to you, like giving you some props? I know you got a lot of teammates in American Top Team, but were there some other fighters that reached out that were like, "Hey, man, congratulations"?
Yeah, overall, yeah. I used to live in LA. So I have a lot of friends out there at Kings MMA and California Mixed Martial Arts at Black House. So, a lot of fighters, a lot of UFC fighters as well, fighters that fight for another organization. So, yeah, they definitely like, call me, shoot me a message and things like that. And here in American Top Team, we have like 100 fighters here. So yes, it's definitely like the people that I know, people that know me, people that has been training with me, so they knew that I could be like Cody Garbrandt. He's a tough opponent. We all know that, but I know my skills. I know what I'm capable of, and we all knew that we could get that win that night, and and we did.
Last thing on the win, have you spoken to the UFC since then? Because they must have been really impressed with just your performance. Because I mean, you're a submission guy, but now you've got a couple knockouts. Now it's been pretty cool to see just how well rounded you've evolved in your career.
Yeah, it's great. It's great because I started in jiu-jitsu very early in my life, but I haven't been doing boxing Muay Thai since 2008, 2007, and a lot of my fights I couldn't show that because I fought a lot of wrestlers, I fought a lot of guys that shoot, try to take him down. And besides that, if you see a lot of my submissions, they started for a knockdown, so I'm not a guy that look for a takedowns. I'm a guy that stays standing, and whatever the fight goes, I'm ready. So as a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian national champ, no gi, world champion, no gi, and also, I have been training boxing for a long time in Brazil, and once I moved to America, I started, with Rafael Cordeiro, which I stayed for 7 years training under him, and then for the last 2 years, I have been training here in American Top Team. We the fight again when I fought Brad Jones, I was 1 month here American Top Team sparring one of Brazil's best boxers, that he's a gold Olympic medalist, Robson Conceição. Now he's a pro, 10-0. So I was sparring him for 4 or 5 weeks before the fight. The fight against Cody Garbrandt, we had a Fabio Pinca. He's a Frenchy guy. He's the Lion Fight champion, Glory champion. He's the first guy that beat Sunshine. So we had him at American Top Team for about 2 weeks and a half. So I was, able to get like a good solid rounds with that guy too. So I was going, all of the coaches here, the training partners, we have a lot of right here. So I'm very happy about it. So it's definitely, putting me in a different mindset and ready for any fight.
I know the other thing that happened leading up to your last fight was that you linked up with Terp House. How did that all come together with you linking up with one of the leading CBD oil companies in the game right now?
Yeah, man, it was definitely like very nice because I was always, I'm the kind of guy that I always like to learn something about it, to read, And for the last couple, no, for the last 2 or 3 years, I have been searching a lot about CBD and what does in the body, especially in the brain. uh we do like a combat sport. We take it a lot of trauma, especially in the head. Besides that, all the muscle recovery and things like that. It's really good. Reading all the search, and you realize that how good is that for also the brain. For the neural cells, things like that. And a lot of the fighters here, they work with Terp House. And I'm reaching out, and I forgot his name, but Brandon, yeah. And he has been sending me some stuff recently, and I have been using, man, and I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of teammates, King Mo, Dustin Poirier. I mean, there's just a whole bunch there that are getting into it. What does your recovery look like? I mean, this is a crucial time right now because you just had a fight. So what are you using to kind of heal up those bumps and bruises? Because when people think of the fight, I know it was a first round fight, but there's a whole training camp where I'm sure you had to take a bunch of bumps and bruises. So that's really what you're probably healing from.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I looking right here to see if I have it, but it actually is in the living room. I was like, every time that I sitting down watching TV or doing something, I go get it, the cream CBD. I put in my hand, I put in my finger, put it behind my knee, like the places that I'm hurt. And yeah, man, this is really good. We gotta be open mind. We gotta see what is true, what is not. And the thing, it's all there. It's all science. So and then I love it. So and has been helping me a lot, especially for my recovery. Like the quality of sleeping has got better. So I like it.
What's next for you after this? I mean, huge win. We don't know what's happening with the title right now. I mean, we would hope that Marlon Moraes will fight TJ, but then there's talks of Henry fighting at 135. What have you been hearing? I want to know because you're sort of in an inner circle here. What's the latest?
I talk with my manager a lot, Ed Suarez and George Guimarães Joinha. They have been my manager since I moved to United States in 2010. And they're, let's say, they're not. I don't even say them my manager. I see them like my friends, and they have a good relationship with UFC. With Sean, which is the matchmaker from my division, and he has been talking with Sean about it. But like you said, we don't know what's gonna happen between TJ and Cejudo. But my thoughts, what I think it is, that's just my idea, and I think we can sell that fight really good. I think that we should do an interim title, Marlon Moraes and I, in Brazil, in a main event. That would be great. Two Brazilian guys, two upcoming fighters. Uh, Dude, I won seven my last 8 fights. He's probably is in an 8 or 10 win straight, something like that. No, actually, he lost to Assunção when he got in UFC, but he just beat him recently. So it's both aggressive. It's not a type of fight that we're gonna work a strategy and try to take you one down and hold it there. No, we're gonna look for the knockouts and submissions. So once we clip with each other, the next step is um, it's gonna be an interest in a. It's definitely gonna be an interest fight, and that's what I'm trying to promote right now. And I gave my manager that idea, see if he can talk with UFC, the matchmakers. If just in case that fight's gonna happen again, Cejudo and TJ. Has been 2 fights already that TJ didn't defend at bantamweight. So I think that's a good reason for they open the interim title, which they did for lightweight, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
welterweight, and I don't know what's the other division, but
Middleweight, actually. Adesanya is going to be fighting Calvin Gaslam, for the interim title, right? Because Whitaker's injured. So you're right. There's a lot of divisions right now with interim titles.
but I'm not sure. Do you know what is the policy for open the interim title? Is like how many months or things
I
like
have
that?
no idea. Sometimes they just, they just go for it. So it also depends on the card as well. Like you remember Tony Ferguson had his interim title, and then they needed Habib to fight someone, so they made his fight an interim title or whatever, or they had to make it for the undisputed title. Like there's a lot of weird stuff that happens. So I don't think there's like a science to it. It's just the timing. I think if it
Perfect.
works out.
And I
So
think that's a perfect timing right now. I don't have anything against Marlon Moraes. We have a lot of friends in common. He's a great fighter. He's a part of the business. I think we should, face with each other for interim title in Brazil and a main event. That would be crazy. He's from Rio. I'm from São Paulo.
there you
I
go.
don't, I don't
Sells
mind.
itself.
it's gonna have a UFC in May 11 in Rio. I think it's too recent. It's too soon for us. He fought. I just fought. You know, but I think they should do something like in São Paulo. Which is next is literally it's the next state. From Rio. It's a huge city. A lot of people there. And I have been fighting UFC in São Paulo 2014, 14, 15, 16, 17. I just didn't fight last year because I had a fight against Brian Caraway, but I still went there as a guest fighter. And the arena's right there. We sold out. It gets like 20. I think the last time I fought Robbie Font was 23 or 24,000 people in the arena. I think Marlon and I doing a main event for an interim bantamweight title. That would be something that is very interesting. You know what I mean? And we were both aggressive. It's gonna be a good fight, and that's what I have been thinking right now. That's now it's up to UFC see what's gonna happen, but I would definitely I'm gonna try to promote that fight.
Before I let you go here, we've talked all about your fighting career and the big win at UFC 235. But what do you like doing on your downtime? I know you're a family guy. Obviously, you got responsibilities there. But do you watch any TV, any Netflix? Do you play any video games? What would I find you doing outside of the cage and in the gym?
I enjoy training a lot. Even then, I don't have a fight coming up. I go in the gym, see training partners training, getting ready. I get in my trainings also, and as soon as like getting ready for the next fight, I'm starting picking up in the trainings more and more. So I live in Florida, so now recently I started fishing because here is a huge thing. Yeah, yeah, I was not a type of fisher guy, anything like that, but here, whatever you go, like literally behind my house has a huge lake, and recently I was doing a barbecue for my family there. I just throw right there, the pool, and I got a black bass. I was like, whoa! So this is it's something that has been calling my attention. I haven't been doing that recently, you know, but not more than that. You know what I mean? I love fight. That's my life. I'm a true fighter. I get ready to fight. I put in my 100%. After my fight, after I fight, few days later, I'm starting starting getting, oh man, I want to go back to drink. I want to go back to gym. So I just try to maintain calm and say, no, that's okay. You deserve a little rest. And also, I have been doing a lot of yoga. That's something that for the last year and a half, I have been feeling a lot of like a back my lower back has been hurting a lot for the last year and a half. And some of my friends, some of the people's like some of the people that I know say, "Man, try yoga." So I have been trying yoga, and literally like the pain that I used to have in my lower back is gone. And for me it was a sign that that I need to restore my body. I'm 32 years old, so I'm not 22 anymore, so I'm 32. So I'm and the thing that always every day going hard. Some days I gotta like, me myself and like halfway do something to restore my body. You know what I mean? Meditate, stretch a lot, doing a lot of yoga. I like to run, fish, spend the time with the family, and and train hard. And then when I train hard, I mean, we had a great training partners here, great coaches, and definitely like it's a different like living right here. Let's say it's a life that you have like in a country, because we have a huge American top team. We are far from Miami. We are like probably 45, 50 minutes no traffic from Miami downtown. So here is more like laid back city, chill. A lot of old people live here and a lot of fighters, because American top team is just, I don't know if you have been this facility right here, but it is, I never seen a gym that size in my life. So, for that, I feel very blessed, to have the opportunity to train with the best coaches and training partners all over the world. And, and I love what I do.
And it's certainly paying off, Pedro. Again, congratulations on the win at UFC 235. Hopefully that interim title fight ends up panning out. But in the meantime, where can people find you on social media? And if you have any sponsors or shout outs or anything like that, man, the floor is yours.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, recently, I just starting like, try to post more stuff, be more accurate with social media, things like that. It's Pedro Munhoz, Munhoz. Sometimes the way that I say Munhoz, they think like that's it's just like the Portuguese version of the Spanish, and it's Munhoz MMA. That I try to reach out back to the fans, as much as I can. Or I also, like to give the shout out for the people, the sponsors, people that support me, and a good thing is start, with our body, the Terp House, the equipment's booster, Eves from Belgium. They have been supporting me for the last few years. Another brand, Wicked, is from France. They're really good guys. And Breakpoint from LA, California, is a jiu-jitsu brand. Breakpoint. I know the owner. They have been doing like a good job, and that's it. And then fans and friends all over the world. I appreciate all this support.